girls. Life is girls. Life as girls. Life as girls. We have a lot to say and we hope you're listening.
Hi everyone, I'm Olivia and I'm your host today on Life as Girls. Now, today we're going to talk about a topic that affects most girls, and that's self-esteem. I think that you think that we'd get more confident as we get older, but it's actually the opposite. Study shows that more than 50% of girls are unhappy with their body at the age of 13. And it gets worse as girls enter high school and college, and these issues can affect both boys and girls, but it's much worse in girls who also tend to struggle more with perfectionism and anxiety. So my guest today is Soraya, who has some personal experiences dealing with self-esteem issues, and she's gonna share some of what she's learned with us. Soraya, welcome to Life as Girls.
Hello, thank you so much. I'm super excited to be here. This is my first time on a podcast, so I'm very excited.
To start off, Soraya, please tell the listeners a bit about yourself.
Okay, so I'm 14 and I'm a freshman in high school. I have been in Girl Scouts since I was a daisy, so I've been in Girl Scouts for 10 years. I'm currently a senior, so I'm very, very excited to get into my leadership role, and I'm currently working on my Gold Award, so yes.
I know you're a Girl Scout just like me. You recently earned your Silver Award. Can you tell the listeners about your Silver Award?
Yes. So I made a journal for self-esteem for girls because I noticed in my friends and in other people, we tend to have low self-esteem. So I made it for ages 12 to 16. It's very inclusive. I've given it to some adults too, and adults find it very helpful, which is crazy because I didn't expect my book to be that impactful. So it really just talks about your emotions. It has verses in there so you can get closer to God also. When I was in 8th grade, and that was my final year, because if you don't know, Silver Award Project, you can do it all throughout middle school, so I believe it's 6th grade to 8th grade, right? Yeah. So it was my last year when I had found out about it, because I really didn't know about Bronze Awards, Silver Awards, or Gold Awards, and I had just figured out my 7th grade year, and it was that summer. I was I need to figure out what I'm going to do, I don't know what I'm going to do. I need something fast because I only have 1 year. So, my mom and I, we were just trying to figure out what's something really easy. And we were also in the process of almost moving. So I had to figure out what I was going to do. And then me and my mom, we were basically researching, and we had found a YouTube where it was you can make a journal using Canva. And I was okay, I'm very confident with Canva. I did school projects using Canva, and I literally love it. Canva is my pride and joy. I love it so much. So I was okay, it seems something reasonable I can do while also taking my extracurriculars and also maintaining my schoolwork. So I decided to do that. I stuck with it. Thank you so much, Past Soraya, for sticking with it, because I feel honestly it was just an overall easy project to do, and it was so impactful. So
did you journal before starting this project?
Okay,
Yeah.
So yes, I did. So I had a journal specifically focused to for my thoughts only, and it would be basically kind of a diary, but a journal too, because I don't like using the word diary because that's just a lot. So we say journal. So I basically had this book where I would write down my thoughts and what I was feeling that day. Not every day, obviously, because I would tend to forget, but it was one day, I had got a B on my test, and I felt so unworthy, and I was oh my goodness, I got a B on my test. Obviously, a B is not that bad. I don't know what I was stressing about. A B is okay to have, but I don't know why that day I was just so freaked out. I was oh my goodness, I got a B on my test. I'm supposed to get A's, and I felt I had to be perfect. So if I got a B, I was just so mad at myself. So I would write down my thoughts and feelings, and then at the end of the year or whenever I was done and my journal was all the way finished and I had no more pages to write in it, I would look through what I had said, and I would be I've grown so much from what I had like written down or like my past experiences, and honestly it made my self-esteem go higher up because I was like, that was such a petty thing that I had did, and I had grown so much from like that experience. Like getting a B on a test, like it's not that much. So I was like seeing myself grow and like no longer like care about like, oh, I gotta be on a test, you know, it like felt comforting for me. So
Yeah. Well, I remember you while you were talking, you said like you'd write essays about like how you felt and things. Why do you think it's important for girls our age to ask those kinds of questions to ourselves?
I feel like it's important because whenever you're growing up, you're really just finding out like who you are, especially going through middle school and high school. So I feel like asking those questions to yourself, it like creates more self in you, so you can figure out who you are and who you want to be as a person, and like also mentally and emotionally. So it's very important to grasp who you are and who you want to be. So I would say that.
Like, what do you think mainly causes self-esteem issues?
I would say probably like different comments that people say, because I remember when I was growing up, there was like this one quote, and it was like, you can say like whatever you would like to a girl. You could say she's beautiful, you could say she's pretty, you could say like she's so smart, but a girl will remember you saying a negative thing 100 more times and like way more than like all the good things that you said. And I feel like it's just like how our brains as humans are like made, where it's like we'll find that one thing that like, oh my goodness, we're not like perfect enough, we're not good enough. And I just feel like it's our brains, and it's also like the comments that people say, because in schools, like they find it like jokingly like funny to be like you're chopped, like you're chuzzed or something like that. And it's like, oh, okay, you know, like you would find it as a joke, but sometimes like jokes are taken seriously, and I think people don't know the impact of like what they're saying, so it can get kind of difficult whenever like people say those kind of things. So I feel like that's really what causes self-esteem in girls.
Yeah, I totally get that. So you also talk a lot about perfectionism in your journals. How do you struggle with that yourself?
So I struggle with perfectionism like a lot, because when I was growing up, like my brother, he was like the troublemaker, you know, so it was like I had to be the good one, because if we were both troublemakers, like my mom would just go crazy over her head, you know. So it was like we need someone to be the peacemaker. So like I found that in myself, where like in order to be a peacemaker, I need to be perfect all of the time, because my brother's always making trouble. So I found it where like basically I just really had to be perfect all of the time, like no matter what I was doing, either in school, out of school, in sports, like in anything that I was doing. And then also like I see people around me like on social media, because like as teens, you know, you're gonna be on social media, and then everyone, they just seem to have like a perfect life, and I was like, I want that, so let me like be perfect. And when I wasn't perfect all the time, like I didn't feel happy. Like, it was just like, oh, okay. So I struggled with perfectionism like every day, especially when I was little. But I'm trying to get out of it. But slowly, I need to maintain it. Now, Olivia, have you ever struggled with perfectionism?
Yes, I have indeed struggled with perfectionism. Mainly with comparing myself not to my friends or others. I could care less what people in my school think about me. I couldn't care less what people in my school think about me. Like, okay, but it's mainly in like my family circle that really impacts me, because my sister is like a lot better at schoolwork than me. She does so much better grades, and it makes me feel worthless a lot, but then I just get over it. I just go, girl, you're fine, just get over it. And so yeah, that's where I do struggle with perfectionism. And also it does actually sometimes impact me when kids at my school are like better at crafting than me.
I understand.
Like
you.
I'm just like this is the thing that I am supposed to be good at. Why is this person better than me? I need to be perfect, and it really impacts me in that way.
Mm-hmm.
Soraya, when you look back at your wall of thoughts, what surprises you most about what you've written?
Okay, so honestly, probably like the B, you know, because like it's very like petty, and it's like, girl, you just gotta be like, you'll live. Like, you didn't get a C, a D, or an F. You are fine, you know, because like at the end of the day, my grade was still like over a 90, because like my goals in like school were like a 95 and above, and it's like that's a 4. No, that's not a 4.0. It was a 96 and above.
I thought B's were like 80 and above. How did you get a B while still being over a 90?
No, because like I had gotten a B on a test.
Oh,
just like,
and,
it was
your
like a small.
average?
Yeah, my average was still
that makes sense.
yeah, you're good. So like it was like getting I still had an A like overall, like, so I was stressing so much like out about a B, you know, like if I got a C or a D or an F, like yeah, like that's cry-worthy. But I remember like I was crying over it. I don't know why. It's just like seeing like little stuff like that and like me crying over it and like thinking like I'm not perfect like that. I was like, oh my goodness, Soraya, what are you becoming? Are you okay in the head? Like, because it really wasn't that bad. And it really just like helps me see like what's like really important, like, or what was important to me at the time and what's important to me now. Like, it really like helps me like see like just my overall growth.
Well, do you know what makes you feel like you need to be perfect?
Yeah, like as I previously said, like having a brother that was like always in trouble, you know, it was like dang, like I need to like help my mom out just like as a sibling and like also as a daughter and like just try to be like that perfect one. So yeah, and then like also like when I had like friends and family, because I have a cousin that's a boy and we are only 6 months apart, and me and him, like, we're neck to neck. Like, I always felt like I need to be perfect with him, too, because he's so, like, incredibly good at, like, anything to do with school, and, like, same with me, too. So I feel like I was somehow always in competition with him, even though that he was 6 months older than me, just because we're, like, around the same age. He's a boy and I'm a girl, you know, and, like, growing up with that is also like kind of hard, and I felt like I needed to be perfect because like family is going to be looking at you being like, oh well, like your cousin got this grade, like why didn't she get that grade, or your cousin got this accomplishment, why didn't you get that accomplishment, you know. So like that also made me feel like I needed to be better because like also he's a boy, you know. Girls always want to be better than boys. Like I don't care what y'all say, girls always want to be better than boys. Like we need to prove that, okay?
Yes, like I get that so much. Like when like a guy is like better at me than something, I'm like,
Yes.
I need to be better.
Yes, because like I feel like, because like boys, like yeah, they are like not chemically, they are like physically like more stronger. Like they're born with that genetic, but like just because you're born with that genetic doesn't mean
you're better than us. Like,
yes, it does not mean that.
And also, like. The guys at my school are always yapping about how guys are better than girls, that girls are, like, useless. I'm like...
Yes, like, that's why...
I'm better at this than you. And, like, when a guy comes up to me and says, like, what's one thing that women made?
You.
Literally! And, like, also, women made Kevlar, the bulletproof fabric. Women made... A lady discovered uranium. A radioactive thing that would have, I don't know, radioactive? I don't know. But they discovered these incredible things, and so many of them, and not to mention they made 8.6 billion people.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah. And also, like, when I first learned about your journal, I had questions myself about, like, I personally tend to find humor in situations. It's like my thing.
Me
like
too.
I'll find something to make people laugh at a situation when it's like me, like that I like, oh, I fell on my butt, like I just fell, I like failed the test, I'll find a way to make it funny and kind of draw the attention away from that, because like I don't want you to see that. No, that is not. Leave that alone. Look at this funny thing. So what's like an embarrassing or imperfect thing about you that actually makes you Soraya?
Okay, something that makes me feel like something about me that's embarrassing or like something uncomfortable that I do that's like still like makes me is like basically just trying to make myself seem like more like falling or something like on purpose, you know, like doing something like that's really like funny that like I do like on purpose, but then like I get like, because for me, like, I'll fall on purpose, right? And then I'll get back up and I'm like, haha, like, so funny, right? And everyone knows I did that on purpose, you know? And then, like, something actually happens to me, like, 5 seconds later. Like, that's something that I don't know why it happens, but it literally does. Like, I, like, fell. Like, it was, like, a week ago or something. I had fell, like, off my scooter, right? And then I had gone back up. I was like, okay, that's a little embarrassing, but let's laugh it off, you know? But, you know, then literally right after that, like, because I did that on purpose, you know, because, like, I wanted to make my friends laugh because it was, like, getting very boring, like, between me and my friends. I was like, we need something. We need some flavor. So I had, like, fell off my, I don't know why I thought of that, but I fell off my scooter, right, as a joke, and everyone was like, haha, that's so funny. And then, like, 5 seconds later, there was a rock while I was walking, like, back to, like, my friends, like, where they were, because they were on the other side while, like, I was on the sidewalk. And I was walking, and all of a sudden, there's this bug, and I do not like any insect. Like, I'm terrified of butterflies, and that's, like, I don't know why.
They, why like, butterflies? They're so pretty.
Because, like, when I was little, my teacher told me that some butterflies are poisonous, and I got scarred for life. Like, I couldn't.
Wait, some butterflies are poisonous? Whenever I see a butterfly, I'm just like, come to me.
Yes.
I never knew that some would be poisonous.
See, like, because, like, my teacher said, like, monarch butterflies, like, some of them are poisonous.
Monarch butterflies are poisonous?
I have no clue.
Whenever I see a monarch butterfly, I'm just like, come to me. Like, yes. I feel like whenever I see the butterfly, I feel like I'm the chosen. Like, I'm just like, come. I have been gifted with your presence. Now come to me.
Yes.
Yeah, but, like, also, like, the falling on purpose or making it look like it was on purpose, I do that all the time. Like, in PE, I get hurt really easily. Like, I have a low pain tolerance.
Yes.
It got higher, but, like, whenever I fall, I will just, like, roll. I will start rolling.
Yes.
I started rolling to make it look like it was on purpose.
Literally, like, that's, like, something that I do. And, like, people know, like, I fall, I trip. Like, I'm very clumsy, you know? So just adding that little flair, it's just like, yeah, I did it on purpose, but y'all didn't know that. Like, y'all did not know that. Like, y'all cannot catch me. So, yeah. So, what about you? Is there something, like, embarrassing or imperfect about you that makes you, like, authentically yourself?
So I have, like, the personality where I don't know why, but I always say, like, slay and yes.
Me too.
I do that all the time. And when I'm like, in PE, we were doing, like, a kind of capture the flag kind of thing. Mm-hmm. I volunteered to help the special needs students with PE. I'm one of the teachers, coaches.
An assistant?
Yeah, and we were doing a capture the flag thing, and I was on a team against my friends, and I was targeting my friends. Like, you could not distract me from trying to get my friends. And also the students are all like, you know, I'll just like play, you know, do it then. And then, but my friend, she's like one of the most athletic people in that class, because you can't make me go to sports. I am so prepared for push-ups to simply cease to exist, because I am not athletic. No, but I finally got to 10 consecutive push-ups. Hey! Yeah, without suffocating, because my brain can't multitask breathing and using like my muscles to push ups at the same time. So I'm like, 1. And then I do that all the time, and I'll sometimes purposely make myself look weaker than I am. So, you know, because like I'll be finally good at it, and I'll be like, okay, finally, it came, finally. And then people will start getting bored of me, and I'm like, no, and I'll be like, sometimes, you know, like that. And so, back on track to the PE game, I was running to my friend, and she decided to make a turn, and I slammed into her, and then I started like, not on purpose, I started like rolling because it's a slippery floor in the gym, and I don't know why it's so slippery. And bowling pins, I was like a bowling ball, and everyone was like bowling pins. And then everyone has such a higher pain tolerance than me, so they were like finally got up, and I was just on the floor like, oh my goodness. So, and everyone's like, are you okay? And I didn't even notice that my hand was like this, and I said yes, and they were just like, they were like, okay. And I was like, okay, I guess I can make that look on purpose.
Oh my goodness. Like, I totally understand you on that. Like, that probably happened to me too in some life.
Yeah. So let's talk about earning the silver award. Let's first make sure our listeners know what it is. The silver award is the highest award a cadet can get. Now, what are some requirements to get it?
Okay, so it requires you to like identify a problem in your community and identify the root cause of the problem and design a sustainable solution to solve it. You also need an adult mentor, and you need to dedicate at least 50 hours to do your project. For me, I did 75 hours. You can do as many hours as you want, just it has to be a minimum of 50 hours. And then you need to be able to either work on this project by yourself or with other peers, but you or whoever you're teaming up with need to be the main leaders of the project.
So what was the hardest part for you while you were working on your silver award?
I would say the hardest part for me was like the fact that I was moving troops, and that it was like I needed a leader and a mentor. I needed a leader / mentor. So I needed like an adult, you know, to be my project mentor. So with that, like with my other troop, it was very hard because like I found like a mentor, but like they were busy with their own life as they're like an adult, you know, they had like kids and stuff that they needed to tend to. They were like, I know I said I could do this, but like I'm really sorry I couldn't. And that was like what I found with like every mentor, kids or not, they were just really busy in their own like personal lives. So I was like, okay, so I'm just gonna have to find somebody else again, you know? So yeah. And then also my old troop was like passionate about like other things, because I was originally gonna do my project with like 2 of my best friends that were in Girl Scouts. Honorable mention to them, you know. So but they were both like interested in pets, you know, and I love pets, you know. But to do that for my silver award project, I just wasn't really passionate about it because, like, as I said, I don't really like insects. And, like,
and some people have, like, tell me why my friends in my old troop had a pet praying mantis.
My friend, literally the same thing. And then, like, my friend had, like, a gecko where she had to, like, feed it, like, crickets and stuff like that. And I said, I'm sorry, I can't. Y'all are too into this. I need to find something else I'm passionate about. So, like, that was something with me. And then also, I wanted to continue, like, with a project that, like, better, like, aligned with me and, like, what I thought. So I was like, okay, self-esteem. Where you at, girl? Yeah, so that's how I came about. That was the hardest part. And then, Olivia, I know you earned your silver award, too. So what was the hardest part for you?
Well, the hardest part for me was, because I had just moved here from Florida. So I was like, you know, still flip-flopping. Mm-hmm. I was like getting ready, and I had to, I did most of it when I was like leaving. I was a falling 6th grader, rising 7th grader, and I was like leaving Florida because I had planned it into like the beginning, like a rising 6th grader. I'd planned everything, and so we had planned everything, and so all I had to do was make the video, ask council. Sorry about
You're
that. Council to approve it, which was really easy which was really easy, but then I was running out of time because in the summer we had to move a few weeks into summer, which was rough because I had to make a whole video and get it approved and do everything, and I procrastinated. I'm sorry, I'm a procrastinator.
Me too.
And it was so we ran out of time almost. But I was already in Texas when I had to submit it. So I had the video, but I never submitted it almost. So I was in Texas and I was like, we gotta submit it.
Ooh.
So that was definitely the hardest part. Yeah. What was the easiest or most fun part of your summer award?
I would say the easiest part was finding a topic because, like, I feel like a lot of girls, like, my age, like, self-esteem, like, obviously. Because, like, in my community, because I lived in Texas for 7 years, so, like, in my community, I had seen that, like, a lot of girls my age are wearing hoodies. And in Texas, it's very hot here. I'm like, why are you wearing a hoodie? It's like 95 degrees. It's like almost 100. What are we doing? What's life right now? Like, are you suffocating in there? And they're like, no, I'm good. I'm like, okay. If you need like the hospital, like an ambulance, like I got that, because I don't know how they did it.
Yeah. Half the girls in my school are walking like a few of the girls that I see that live in my area are walking to school in sweatpants and a weighted hoodie. Girl, no. I know you are dying in there right now. Let me get the ambulance for you right now.
Literally.
Hello, yeah. She's wearing a hoodie and sweatpants in like 100 degrees. Yeah, she'll need you in like a few minutes. Yeah, be prepared.
Literally. Like, I totally understand that. So, like, with that, I was just like, okay, girl, like, you do you, I will do me. Like, and then I had asked my friend about it, too. She was like, I do it for the fit. Girl, what fit? You're in sweatpants and a hoodie. And I was like, okay, I'll let you do you, girl. Like, you, whatever you're fine with, And then another part was I wanted to, like, originally do a podcast, which I'm on right now, But then I was like, obviously this was done, I believe. And then also, like, I had seen another thing, like, about a podcast. So I was like, okay, scratch that, And then I wanted to do, like, a YouTube because I had watched these YouTubers, like, it was, like, called Girl Talk. And it's, like, with, like, Brooklyn Queen and then Sarah Dorothy Little and then Sophie. And I had watched them, like, growing up, and I was like, wait, this is kind of cute. Like, I like this. Like, this is cute, And then also Aubrey, sorry, we can't forget her. And then I was like, okay, this is cute. But then, like, I had, like, some, like, roadblocks because I was like, it's a lot. Like, you have to get all this equipment and stuff like that, and then, like, to pay for it. And then my mom, she was like, Soraya, if you want to pay for this, you got to do that by yourself, because, like, she'll pay for, like, some of it, but it was like, it's so expensive. Like, I don't even know how I'm here today. Like, honestly, like, I just know there was a lot of parts that went into this. And then the easy part was, like, I already knew how to use Canva, Whenever I used Canva, my teachers, they always emailed me, sorry. They always emailed me, and they were like, oh, my goodness, like, Soraya, how on earth did you do this? This is crazy. Like, how did you do all this? Like, how? Because, like, their presentations, it would be, like, on presentation, like, not presentation. It would be on PowerPoint, with just, like, the plain white background. They were like, so, like, how do I make mine more fun? So I was like, girl, use Canva. So I got, like, positive feedback. So I was like, okay, easy. I got that.
So If someone listening is struggling with self-esteem or perfectionism right now, what would you tell them?
I would say that it gets better. Like with perfectionism, just realize that you have perfectionism like in you. Like realize that like you literally like you feel that the need to be perfect. Like just find it, you know, because like sometimes like I was in denial. I was like, no, I don't feel the need to be perfect. Like I'm me. Like I know like I'm gonna make mistakes, and I never really like accepted that like I wanted to be perfect all the time. So that caused me like to be perfect like even more, and just like I was in denial. I was like, what? Like what are you talking about? So like learn that you have some sort of perfectionism like in your mind, and then for struggling with self-esteem, it gets better. You know, like you might feel a certain way about your body now, but later you might not feel like that. And honestly, don't measure up how you look to your friends and other people, because honestly, you were made uniquely how you were made, you know? Like Jesus made you like this for like a reason, you know? Yes, you might not look like the perfect girl on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, you don't know. Somewhere, you know, but you look uniquely like you, and it's okay to look uniquely like you. And then also, you just haven't reached your full potential yet, okay? When I was little, I was very indeed chopped. I was very indeed not very good looking, you know? So it gets better because, like, I feel like I look better now, you know? Like, I'm still growing, you know? I still need to, like, reach my full potential. But honestly, you're just not at your full potential yet. Even, like, if you're in 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th grade, if you're in elementary school, if you're in middle school, it gets better. You're still young. You still have a lot to learn. And then also, like, get advice. Like, when someone tells you, like, oh, you know what would make that, like, better? Listen to them, okay? Because my mom, she tried to tell me with my outfits, and I didn't listen. She was like, oh, this Hello Kitty outfit will look nice. And I was like, no, I want the one with the stripes that's yellow, green, purple, blue, pink, yellow, rainbow. Was not cute. Okay? Listen to your parents, okay? And honestly, it just gets better.
To wrap up the show, I would like to share a fun fact. Not a fun fact. We usually do a science fact or a joke. Today's thing is a joke. What are Pilgrim's favorite music?
What?
Plymouth Rock.
Oh.
Get it?
I get it. Okay. I'm actually locked in for that one.
And I have another history joke. Why did historians call the early years of history the Dark Ages?
Why?
Because there were so many nights. Get it?
Wait. Oh my goodness. Okay, I actually understand your jokes. Literally, I used to never understand your jokes are actually funny.
Yeah. And well, Soraya, that's about all the time we have today. We probably passed a little bit. That's all right. I don't know why I'm looking in that direction.
I thought there was a clock there.
No, it's just the outdoors. I'm drawn to look at the outdoors because there's so much to look at in the outdoors. Look at the outdoors.
Like butterflies.
Even though apparently they're poisonous. Honorable mention, Pat the Ghost.
I know.
I made him.
It's past, like, Halloween season, but guys, just honorable mention, okay?
I made it. Oh my goodness, his hair.
Oh my goodness, his
Pat
wig.
the Ghost.
His wig.
Pat the Ghost, y'all. Well, that's about all the time that we have now. Thanks so much for being here on Life as Girls. And thank you guys for listening. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
If you enjoyed this episode of Life as Girls, be sure to write a review and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. And a big thank you to our sponsor, the Girl Scouts of Central Texas. You can learn more about them at www.gsctx.org. If you are interested in sponsoring this podcast, or if you have a topic you'd like for us to talk about, email us at communications@gsctx.org. See you next time.